I'm happy Geno's punk ass showed exactly who he is. Coach Staley ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna call it what it is. And that was a punk ass move. And what made it worse is it attempted to diminish the moment for Coach Staley in South Carolina, but it really hurt his team the most. UConn has had a remarkable season. They went 38-0, and they arguably have back-to-back #1 draft picks. That should have been the focus, but instead, journalists and reporters have to spend time talking about the ego of a man who's already won 11 championships. And in a way, this was a rite of passage for Coach Staley. We continue to honor the legacy of Pat Summitt, one of the greatest coaches to ever do it, one of the best women to ever do it. And now Coach Staley, as if she needed another thing to move the needle, has this rivalry against Geno Auriemma fully attached to her legacy because, oh baby, it's a rivalry now. If the wins weren't enough for you, now she's clearly bothering the person the media has crowned the GOAT. And when someone is that bothered by your presence, it's typically because they are threatened. And some people are upset that Coach Staley took the high road, but I actually appreciated her response in the presser. When she was asked about it, she turned the accountability right back where it belonged and basically said, that's a question for him. Too often, women, and Black women specifically, have to answer for the actions of men or white people. And she refused to do that. And it showed the difference in the cloth in which both were cut. Coach Staley puts her ladies first, and that's something that she's talked about. But now we're seeing another example of her talking the talk and walking the walk. So Geno can act like I said what I said all he wants to, but everybody saw it. We saw the immaturity. Even his own coaching staff worked in his opposition. They all shook Coach Staley's hand and showed gratitude with hugs, and I would say an empathetic demeanor for the whole situation. So he made himself a pariah. Nobody with good sense is on his side about this. And I also think the lack of composure reflected in the game itself. UConn looked emotional after the first quarter, and part of that is because they haven't faced this level of adversity all season, and it always comes from the head of the snake. It always comes from the top. But I've given a full game breakdown of this game on a video I posted right before this one, so go check that out. So yeah, keep looking foolish, Geno. Host Tribe, I think it's time we bring out the tiny violin for his feelings. But what are your thoughts, Hoops Tribe? Do you appreciate Coach Staley's reaction? Do you think Geno's reaction was just heat of the moment and we shouldn't even be talking about it right now? Let's talk hoops.